All right, so multiplying involving binomials and trinomials in one variable, meaning we're going to distribute, we're going to be foiling, depending on how many terms. So you can either do FOIL, which is those arrows, or we could do an area box. We're going to do these problems both ways just because organization is important. So if I was going to do the area, I put one of my polynomials across. I usually pick the longer one to go across. So this will be the 5w squared minus 2w plus 6. And then the other one's going to go in the column, so I've got a w and a plus 4. And I'm really just going to multiply the whatever's on the top, the row, with the column. And remember, when you're multiplying, you multiply the coefficients, add the exponents. So we're going to do it this way first. So when I'm multiplying this, I'm going to have 5, and w, there'll be 3 for this box. This one is the negative 2w times w, so that's going to be a negative 2w squared, and a 6 times w is 6w. Then I'm going to do the 5w squared times the 4, so this will be 20w squared. Negative 2w times 4 is negative 8w, and 4 and 6 is 24. Now, like terms are going to be generally in the diagonals, but you can look throughout with that. So when I combine all my like terms, I'm going to have 5w cubed plus 20 minus 2 is 18w squared. Negative 8 plus 6 is going to be minus 2w, and then plus 24. Now, if I did it with arrows, I want to be really careful that I'm distributing each one at a time, one at a time going through with this. So I would take the w times the 5w squared, which is 5w cubed, and then the w times the negative 2w is negative 2w squared, and the w times the 6 is plus 6w. Now, you've gotten the w to everything in the other parentheses. You're going to distribute the 4 to everything now. So 4 times 5w squared is going to be 20w squared. I like to write things as a second column instead of keep going to the right. So I'm going to combine, I'm going to get my like terms to be right on top of each other. So this is going to be 20w squared, and then 4 times negative 2w is negative 8w, and then 4 times 6 is the 24. I find if I write each one that I'm distributing in its own row, it makes things a little bit easier when I'm combining things, so I don't have to hunt for my like terms and remember my signs. So this is going to be the 5w cubed plus 18w squared minus 2w plus 24. So either way that I do this, I end up with the same problem, same answer. So it is probably correct, and it is just a way to organize myself. So if I have trinomials, 3 terms and 3 terms, it gets a little bit messier, so I will distribute with the arrows first. We'll start with the 2w squared, and it's going to go 2w squared times 6w squared is going to be 12. W to the 4th, because we add the exponents. 2w squared times negative 7w is negative 14w cubed. Now, notice I do the arrows and I do the multiplication at the same time. Don't just draw all your arrows and then try to figure out your multiplication. Do it one at a time. It works a little bit better. Negative 2w squared times negative 2 is negative 4w squared. I'm going to change colors to get the next one going through because it's going to get a little bit messy for a bit. So the 4w is going to get multiplied times everything. So 4w times 6w squared is going to be 24w cubed. So I'm going to want to put it in the w cubed columns. So this is going to be 24w cubed. 4w times negative 7 is negative 28w squared. And 4w times negative 2 is negative 8w. One more to distribute. I'm going to distribute that negative 5. Remember that negative is attached to it. If you need to, circle it. Negative 5 times 6w squared is going to be negative 30w squared, so I want it under the w squared column, minus 30 w squared. Negative 5 times a negative 7 is a positive 35w. And negative 5 times negative 2 is plus 10. And then once I have this, I have my like terms all already identified and put together in a column. So my final answer for this one is going to be 12w to the 4th plus 10w cubed minus, this is 32 plus another 30 is 62w squared plus 27w plus 10. There's a lot of stuff there. If I was doing it in the box method with the area, I would be doing a 3 by 3 box. It just gets a little bit messier and not really messier, it's just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make it 3, make sure one is going across the top and one is going across the bottom. It's another way of organizing yourself for your like terms. So this is going to be 2w squared plus 4w minus 5, and then this is 6w squared minus 7w minus 2. So we can do our like terms whichever color we want. Let's do red. So this is going to be 6 times 2 is 12, w to the 4th. 6 times 4 is 24, and w, there's 3 of them. 6 times negative 5 is negative 30, w squared. Now next row, I'm going to do the same thing. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14, and then there's going to be 3 w's. Negative 28, w squared, and 35w. Last row is going to be negative 4w squared minus 8w plus 10. And if I look at it when I'm combining my like terms, I'm just going to circle the ones that are like terms. So this diagonal. So my answer is going to be, looking at this, I have 12w to the 4th plus 10w cubed. This diagonal gets added together, so it is 58 minus another 4 is minus 62w squared, and then these ones, you still have 27, so plus 27w, and then you have plus 10. So same answer both ways, just looking for how you're going to combine your like terms and how you're going to organize yourself of what seems best for you.